If you've ever booked a hotel, you've probably heard of Trivago, not least because of their memorable advertising tagline.
Hotel Trivago.
It's the comparison website of comparison websites. Starting in Germany in 2005, it's gone from strength to strength, not least because of its marketing efforts.
And marketing is clearly one of the most important departments for us. If you look at our overall cost structure, we spend hundreds of millions globally on marketing. A lot of that on TV, also a lot on online, performance marketing, Google in particular.
Why so much TV? I mean, really you can't have escaped Trivago's adverts, which is literally one question, one word, and then you put Trivago, and a lot of people can remember it. But why is TV such an important part of that mix?
It was a bit, it's a bit coming from the history of the company. So when we started the business, we saw that there was a big reliance on Google organic traffic in the beginning, and we didn't like that and wanted to be independent. And that's why very, very early on, much earlier than most other online companies, started to advertise on TV. And it worked well for us, and so we focused on it very early. We built up internal capabilities, and that's why we still do it. It works.
So how do you measure that performance, and how do you know it's still the right thing to do? And is it the same across all territories?
It is pretty much the same across all the territories. It's not the same across all the demographics. So clearly when you look at TV or speak about TV as linear TV, it is still very, very important to reach very quickly a broad audience of the 40 plus generations. If you want to reach 35 and below, you have to go for other channels as well, and we do that. So you have to go for social media campaigns, you have to advertise on YouTube, Facebook TV, then Hulu, Roku, and some of these other channels. They're becoming more and more important, and I think that trend will continue with that demographic aging. Obviously, the respective shares will shift.
As far as that famous tagline, hotel, Trivago, it's a very sort of sticky concept. Are you trying to move away from that, and how does it actually transfer onto other platforms?
So we have since the beginning been very, very focused on hotels, as you rightfully say, and we have 2 years ago, I would say, appreciated that the market is changing. And the market for accommodation is changing, in particular, again, driven by the younger demographics that are more comfortable staying in apartments rather than in professionally managed hotels. And that trend has spilled over to older demographics as well. So 2 years ago, we started to focus on integrating apartments and vacation rentals into our main product. And we've tested the first slight pivot from our main slogan, which was Hotel, Apartments, Vacation Rental, Trivago, which has worked well because it's still very close.
Not quite as catchy.
You can't use it all the time, but it's still close enough. And the Hotel Trivago obviously is so well known that it worked to communicate that we have now more than hotels, but the focus is still hotels, clearly.
As far as that market, it is very cluttered. You've got your Booking.coms, you've got your Expedias that are all offering more than just hotels. Where do you fit in, and then how do you segment? Who is your target audience?
On the B2B side, it is basically, like for hotels, it's everybody. So you have a lot of specialists that are focusing on having fincas in Mallorca or vacation apartments in South Africa. So like with hotels, there is a benefit in aggregating all the specialists to have the full picture. On the customer side, we believe that our value proposition is even greater because it is very, very difficult to navigate through millions of apartments. For hotels, it's already difficult, but for apartments, it's impossible. And there, the value that we add is to help people to navigate through not only all the different accommodations, but also through all the different offers. And we believe that that will, going forward, be more important than it is today.
Those adverts still keep coming out in a different way. How do you actually deliver the creative?
We have developed a process over time that I would say is slightly unique. By having focused on it very, very early, it became very important to us very early, and we control the whole process in-house. So what we do is we come up with an idea for a new creative and we pre-test it. If the results are positive, we produce it, or we twist it and tweak it a bit. then we test it again, and then we finish it, then we produce it, and then we start to air it on TV.
But that process is done in-house, not with agencies?
Basically done in-house, yeah.
And what about territorially?
We do it globally, but we are in full control of the process, and the main benefit is that we can iterate much, much faster. So if we see there is a slight problem with certain messaging components, we can change the concept and reproduce and reshoot. And what we then do when we see that it works in one market, the finished creative, then we produce it for other markets or use the same one and leverage to other markets. So it is both in the procedural steps that we can iterate very quickly and leveraging our 55 markets that we're active in to really leverage the concept from one market to the other.
What about that extra pair of eyes or that extra idea that you get from going with an agency, a creative outhousing? Are you concerned that you're missing out on that? Particularly when you sort of see that sometimes in-housing can lead to creative problems.
That is true. It is basically a different concept. By doing it our way, we can just produce a lot more, and by having a lot more and pre-testing them, we believe that we are much more targeted in what we ultimately produce, and in the long term have better results. But clearly, agencies can have very, very good ideas, and that can also work very well. But overall, we believe very much in incremental improvement, and it is just a process that works much better and fits much better with our general culture, how we operate the business. So far, it has worked very well.
Axel, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm James Wright, and thanks for watching Marketing Media Money. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thanks for watching.